Morning, morning, morning. Looks a bit dull today, doesn't it? There's the brightness. The dark. Let's get Facebook going. Hang on. Okay. Does look dull today, doesn't it? No. Right. That's a bit better. Okie dokie. Morning, morning, morning. I am in. Morning. So, curtains open. You joining, Ethan? No, Ethan's in his pajamas. Curtains open. One set of curtains closed. Oh, no, that's a bit dark, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's better, isn't it? Oh, like that, as we are now. Is that okay? Both. Both what? Come on, we've only got 9. We need to get at least 10. 10,000, that is. See, I think that makes a silhouette. That's bad. That's better. Okay, if you're not joining in, then leave. Okay? Yeah, well, then you can sit over that side, but I need to close the door. So we're going to do. What are you going to do? Come in here or that way? Okay. Where's Edie? Okay. Okay, people. So yeah, it's the there we go. 11 and 5. That's like 20,000 times 3 in my house. Good, curtains closed. Yeah, I reckon that one's closed. Yeah. Oh well. Anyway, it's going to stay like this. Well, mine are open. That's like a thing down the street, isn't it? Who's lazy? Who's still got their curtains closed? I tell you, most of my neighbours have. Facebook trying to reconnect. Give me a second then. Okay, so we're going to do some joint rotations. They're going to be, some of them will be more difficult than last time. In which case, you just I'll remind you, just do the other ones. Okay. Let's just see if we can get this Facebook back. So we're on YouTube just now, but you can hear me. But there we go. So Facebook's back, and there's still 5 people there, but let's do it. Okay, so like I said, Facebook, we're just going to do joint rotations, but some might be more difficult than last week. Others will be the same. But don't forget, you can just do the last week's one as well. So get yourselves ready. And obviously, yes, no, maybes. And obviously, we've got a much more difficult neck thing. You might not be able to do it, but we'll go from there. One on Facebook. Come on, Facebook. Okay, you ready? So just go yes to start with. Nice and easy. There we go. So ready? Down and up. If you're doing all this by yourself and you're comfortable with the movements, remember, try and extend the top of your head high. Try and extend your chin high. Don't just go forwards and backwards. Try to rotate around this axis. The next one is difficult. Try and rotate around your nose. So rather than just dropping your ear to the side, try and rotate around your nose. So your chin goes one way and your top of your head goes the other. Side view on this one? No. Okay. Side, forwards, side, and back. So you're doing your side to sides. If you can't do that, work on that. But side, circle. So you're trying to move your head on a horizontal plane. So it's side, forwards, side, and back. Moving your nose, so other directions. So other side, forwards, side, and back. Take some concentration. Take some concentration not to do that. You should feel loads of muscles in your chest and side and back. Sort of struggling with the coordination, yeah? That's cool. Okay, shoulders. We're going to do shoulders backwards, but you can do individual shoulder rolls. So one goes back, other goes back. Bit like a 1980s pop concert dance, yeah? So remember, if you're struggling with the actual motion, go back to 2. But up, down. So get them to follow each other. Using your shoulder blades, really pull one backwards and then forwards, up to your ear while the other one goes down. One goes forwards while one goes backwards. Coordinate, not just doing one at a time, but one follows the other. Try to coordinate these motions. I'm going to stand up for the next one, and you'll have to see. Okay, left leg in front, fall over, roll over, and just let your arm flop and circle inwards. So there should be no tension in your arm. It should be completely dead weight. Some of you have problems with that, I know. Dead weight on your shoulder. Let it just circle. Let it flop. Other directions, so just let it flop. If you do this enough, you loosen up those shoulders nicely, your power will increase. You can do this with a small weight when you're ready for it. You don't obviously want to pull your shoulder out of its socket. And when it beeps, put the other leg in front instead. So change your legs, and let the other arm circle inwards. That's it. You could say things like, "You're doing great, well done, guys," but I can't see you, so you could just be sitting there with your can of Stella from last night or something. Very good. Going to move on to elbows next, and these might be slightly easier than last week. I'll kneel down again so you can see. But you should be doing them standing up. Okay, so last week we did elbow up, pit in, and down and round. This time, just keep your elbow parallel to the floor. You can use the other arm to help it if you need to, and thumb to your nose. So don't move your elbow outwards. Keep that elbow still. Thumb to your nose. Let it go as far round as you can, and circle in this direction. So the idea is to not just let your elbow move around like this, yeah? It's to keep your elbow in place. Other direction, round, out. So he's going outwards, and then so you turn your thumb, palm to the floor, then your palm goes up, out and round as far as you can. The idea is that you can do that without the need for assistance in terms of placement, okay? If you want to place your arm there, then place your arm there. So the other arm, yeah? Thumb to nose and all the way out and round. And you might find you've got some mobility. You can only get to there. You want to try and get as far over as you can eventually. Take some concentration. Focus your mind on just this. Other direction. So palm to the floor. Palm goes up, out and round. It's difficult there for me, but we all try and work on that. Yeah, try and avoid that. Yeah. So thumb up and out for as wide as you can. Yeah. Next ones are a bit easier. Okay. This time, go back to the other side and just draw a circle on the inside of your body, going outwards. So that again, the elbow doesn't move around. Keep the elbow, keep your top part of your arm in place. So don't let the elbow move up and down. Just keep the elbow still. A bit like one of those speed balls, I guess, Rod. Circle outwards. And then circle inwards, keeping your elbow in place. So it goes down as far as you can, up as far as you can. But you're drawing a circle on the inside. What's the point, sir? What's the point in doing this? Just keep doing it, and you'll see. So other elbow parallel to the floor, outward circles on the inside plane here, yeah? So imagine you've got a blackboard to the side, and you've got your bit of chalk. So see that? Because I know there's mostly grown-ups, that's why I use blackboard and chalk as my analogy. I'm sure some of you are as old as me and you remember blackboard and chalk. Inside circles, so inward circles now. Bring that top towards you. Keeping that elbow in the same place in space, yeah? Awesome. Nice one. We could do top circles, but we'll do that tomorrow, okay? Going down to your wrist, yeah? Remember, if you can't do a circle, just go up and down. So up, out, down, and in. So it's this bit of your wrist that's moving. Your knuckles are staying in place. Up, out, down, and in. Up, out, down, and in, yeah? Up, out, down, in. Do separate movements, and then you can smooth it out. You have to tense it other directions, up, in, down, and out. You might have to develop some strength in the area, so you might find yourself tensing a little bit, but that's cool. You're learning to coordinate other parts of your body. Up, in, down, out. So I'm sitting down so you see a good view, but you should be standing up. Other wrist, up, out, down, and in. And I'm choosing 30 seconds to do these. But if you're doing them by yourself, you know, if you did say 5 or 6 rotations in one direction and then 5 or 6 rotations in another, that might be sort of 10 or 15 seconds, and that would be enough. You haven't got to do it all day long, you know. Other direction. So my left hand takes a little bit more mental effort to keep my knuckles in place and just let my actual wrist move. Try my best. Okie dokie, awesome. This is weird. Have your hands like this, curl your hands in and curl your hands out. So you're trying to have super relaxed fingers. So in and out, in and out. If you've got a slow frame rate on your computer, this will look really, really cool. Round and round, round and round. Go both hands, yeah? That's awesome. Okie dokie. Stand up then. Slide left and right, remember? Slide, 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 slide. Obviously, when you're happy with the movement, you haven't got to have your arms out so wide. But this often helps people stop tipping. So then go forwards with your chest, up and back. Really sink down. Forwards with your chest and back. You're trying to get your vertebrae to just move over each other. These motions are quite difficult for me. I put it down to an injury. Okay, go one side inside that tube, go forwards inside that tube, other side inside that tube, and back. Trying to rub the inside of this imaginary tube with your torso. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I was training for second dan or third dan, can't remember. We're on some judo mats, we're doing some throwing. Anyway, this dude doesn't do it anymore. Other direction. He threw me and he missed the mats completely. And obviously my backbones, my vertebrae just hit this concrete floor. And I put slight back immobility down to that. I mean, you never know, I probably broke my back or something. Keep doing it. Excellent. Next one's a boxer's roll. Hands up, bend your knees, push your hips back, but bend forward and then only move the top half of your body. Push your hips forwards, and then here you got to bend one hip in and then bend the other hip in. But you're moving just the top part of your body, and you're trying to not let your hips go outwards. That comes in a minute. It's the top part of your body. So listen, this is all about learning to coordinate different parts of your body, forwards, other direction. So then you extend the other hip. You then extend the second hip. And then you compress the first hip. And then you compress the second hip. So for me, it's right leg, left leg, right leg, left leg. Forwards, forwards, top part moves round, backwards, backwards. Forwards, forwards, round, backwards, backwards. Trying not to get your hips moving in space. Find this difficult when. Oh yeah, you'll get the next one. Very, very difficult. It's called a figure of 8. So when it beeps, you're going to go forwards with your right hip and then backwards with your right hip. Forwards with your left hip and backwards with your left hip. So again, going back to these 1980s dance moves, yeah. forwards with your right hip, backwards with your right hip. As you go backwards with your right hip, your left hip comes forwards. You're looking to just get some superior movement in those hips. If you're struggling with this, go back to last week's move of this, yeah? Figure of 8 motion, okay? And then get your chair or lean over to something, and you can get your back straight and go side to side, getting a slight stretch on your inner thigh, or you can also do your figure of 8s here, okay? Then we're going to go to hip circles, proper hip circles now. Try and go as far as you can, as far as wide as you can. Forward as far as you can, and side as far as you can. So Edie has decided to join, but she's out of camera shot. So here you are looking to extend one hip, then extend the other. Then your hips go across to the side, compress, compress, extend, extend, and then look, this one compresses, that one compresses, other direction. So my right hip extending, then my left hip extending, then my right hip compressing, then my left hip compressing. Yeah, take the time, coordinate your movements. We're going to go super big side to side in a second. So super big to one side and go backwards, then forwards. Super big to the other side, backwards and forwards. So as far wide, as far deep as you can to really stress the outside of that hip. As far wide as you can, yeah? Nearly done. Then we're going to stand on one leg, okay? So, knee up. Outward circles. You might find that as your joints start to loosen, as the sessions can continue, you might hear new pops and clicks. Other leg. We're not doing inside circles. We're going to change it because obviously we can't do every joint, every movement. The next one is way more difficult. You might struggle with the next one, in which case just do inward circles. It's getting quite warm in here now. Mum's probably put the heating on, stupid. Okay, left leg up. Point your foot out to the side and then circle in. So you're looking to try and get as a circle on the bottom. So this sort of plane here, circle this way. So your hip has to do some motion, has to go in to let you go round and has to go out. Other side, outward bottom circles with your knee. Well, your ankle is drawing the circle. You're trying to get a bit of motion in your hip and a bit of motion in your knee. So these are outward circles. We're going to do inward circles next. If you need to use a chair, use a chair. So that was outward. Do inward circles now. Or whichever ones you didn't do last time. I can't remember. I think I did outward. Okay. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Ow, ow, my muscles hurt, sir. I don't really care. Just keep going. Remember that other one? So it's round. And obviously, the better you get, the faster you can move those. But right now, you're looking to just iron out the movements. So while you're doing that, the next one is way difficult, okay? You're going to turn your hip out and do circles like this. So you're going to start like this, then turn your hip in and round. Hip in. Again, you might need a chair. Hip in, boom. Then your hip goes up. Other side. So tilt your knee from here, tilt it to here, and go out and round. Go here, then back to here, out and round. Your support leg might be burning. Stay with it. I'm going to open this curtain. Yeah. What curtain? It's called a window. Circles. Awesome. Okay, circles of your ankles. Point and do really big circles. You really extend your foot with tension. Extend your foot with tension. Really force it forwards now. Last week we were gentle with these. You're going to force it forwards now. And we're trying to smooth out this jaggedy movement that some of you will have. We're just looking to make it nice and smooth. Other foot, other direction, or same direction, you know what I mean, other foot. So remember, force it to extension. So we call that tension to extension. So Edie stops now.
No, I'm doing it.
Oh, she says she's doing it while sitting down. So doing it while sitting down is certainly valid for that single joint, but doesn't help your balance. So these are outward circles. We're going to do inward circles now. Then our next drill is a balance drill, and you're not going to use the chair. A couple more minutes and then we're done. Very good. So again, in your own, when you're doing it by yourself, if you did 10 seconds worth, then that's fine. We're doing 30 so we can get into the motion, yeah? Keep going with that. Okay, when it beeps, you're going to stand on your left foot. Raise your right knee, point your foot and push your toes down. Draw your foot to the side and try and turn your toes to the ceiling. Hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Draw with your heel now and bring it behind you. Have your hips facing the floor and lean forwards. Hold that for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your knee up to the top without touching the floor. Use your hand. Bring your foot onto your inner thigh if you can. If you can't get that far, just go to where you can. Push your knee down with the other side. Hold it there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Change. Knee up. Point your foot really tight. Hold it for 5. Then draw with your heel and point your toes to the ceiling as much as you can. I'm more tight on this side. And draw with the heel again towards the back, like a back kick. Have your hips towards the floor and lean over. This front leg is bent. Knee up to the top. Bring your foot into your hip. Again, if you can't get that far, you don't get that far. Let the hip open. That's 24 minutes. Let the hip open. Hold it there for 5, Good, and we're going to finish with something really relaxing, okay? Wobble your arms about. And this coordination will come better as the weeks go by. You're looking to move your shoulder, elbow, then wrist. Shoulder, elbow, and wrist. And you're just looking to flop them forwards. I know some of you will refer to boneless. It's not quite that. And then just go to your right, left-hand side. And you're moving with just your core. Your arms are super relaxed, okay? Then come back to the middle. Arms again, super relaxed. Then go to the other side. Imagine trying to flick your fingers out as far as they can. Come back to the middle. One more time. Out to one side. Super relaxed. Back to the middle. See, I'm looking at Edie. She hasn't quite got the coordination, and many of you won't, but keep practicing being super relaxed. Nice. Hopefully, that was awesome for you. I feel brilliant. I love doing stuff like that. And like I said, there was a period where I did literally do that every day, probably between second and third or third and fourth. I can't remember. Dan's. Wave, 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 wave. Okay. But it really, I think it's really important for you to get used to that coordination. Concentrate on it so you can really learn to move all your joints exactly as you want them to. Then learning movements is way easier. Coordinating your body is way easier. You'll be able to apply your Taekwondo way easier. And you'll build your skill system much, much faster. Work on it. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Have a great day. What day is it? Tuesday. Yeah, so no Taekwondo tonight. So remember, if you've got a Taekwondo email, respond to that. And we'll try and get moving, during this lockdown period. Well done. See you tomorrow for stretching. Bye. How'd you stop that? Stop. End.